Hello, good afternoon from Las Vegas. Thanks for coming back to Takashi's live today. How you doing? I just surprisingly got a day off today. I was supposed to work today, but I think a bit of extra dealers today, so I got a day off, which is okay actually, and because I want to more spend the time for editing at the moment. We got a screening. I'll leaving back to Australia in a few weeks, and then definitely has to finish all my post production. I mean, still it's a work in progress. It's not the major thing, but it's good to have more spend of time if whenever I can. Even most of the time, every day after back home, I back to my PC and back to editing. So if I can get my extra time, of course I have to work, but no work. I mean, spend more time for my passion thing. So I'm okay to be flexible. So that's what I'm aiming for. But I feel a little bit tired today as I'm work and editing, and then I just came back from the gym this afternoon. The gym is good. The one I just went a little bit farther away from my home one that was a little bit bigger sauna, and I did some weights. And what else I did? Well, weights. I do my normal routine and some sauna relax, and after went some grocery and drive back home. And yeah, I'm a bit hungry at the moment, but I'm trying not eat too much for now. Like I'm not doing diet, but my wife started testing what it's called, like 16 hours, 14 to 16 hours fasting. It actually works well. It's actually her colleague told her. She's an MC host at MGM, Family Feud, and she suggests me to try out do it, and it actually works. The last time I was on my day off, and then I didn't eat much. The day before, I ate like about like how much? 10, 11 p.m. I ate some dinner. On the next day, after I wake up, I didn't eat anything until 6 p.m., 6 or 7 p.m. I can't remember details. So which means how many hours? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It's almost like 20 hours fasting. It's not like no super intense fasting, but I noticed it's actually quite easy. It's not that hard for like just 1 day water fasting. Is that my body's lighter, and I noticed actually my bellies get more fat, and it's more like I don't say bloated, but like kind of age 40 now. This year I'm turning to 41 next month, and I noticed my metabolism is a little bit slow it down, which I used to. Um, it's like yeah, because when I was a bit more younger, I do martial arts and I do dance and a lot of stuff, and so actually I really fast metabolism. But now, if you get age 40, I mean, I still feel young. I don't feel old, but if I just keep doing it, um, even I'm go to the gym at the moment, but I'm not like intense training when I used to. When I was 30, age 30, I was training martial arts, wushu, kung fu. I even went to China for the Shaolin kung fu training. That was fully intense. But now I don't do that much, but still I'll do lifting, and actually that's really helped me. Um so that's actually helps me. But again, if I stop training, um, like I still do training, but not that hard when I used to. Which means if I normally eat as usual, it's actually getting fat. So I gotta be careful whenever I eat any food. So I'm still bulking up. So I do eat. I still have to eat it's about like a 2000, like a 1800 to 2000 calorie to keep retain my muscle. Otherwise, I'll lose my muscle. I don't want to lose my muscle. So, but some 1 or 2 days, I try to do like just one day, 16 to 20 hours fasting. It actually works well, and actually my fat belly is gone in just one day. Of course, after the fasting, like open the window, I just eat normally. I normally eat pasta. I love pasta, and I used to love cooking. I still love cooking. I don't eat much about outside. Whenever I eat on my day off, well, of course, whenever I work at a casino, they have a EDR. They have like free food, of course, but it's not that great. So I try not eat too much like a junk food over there. So I try eat clean. So whenever I have a day off, I try to cook by myself. Except maybe once in a while, if you know, I live in Las Vegas. Yeah, there's an In-N-Out burger. That's great hamburger. So you cannot eat in you cannot find that kind of nice, really good fast food in Australia or Japan. So not really good quality, and it's only in the West Coast. If you get a chance to come to California or Las Vegas, you must try In-N-Out Burger. And if you want to go really, really bad junk food, there's a really good option. Like sometimes people said, I eat double double is not enough. Go try it. There's actually a hidden menu. It's a hidden menu called 4 by 4. If you're super hungry and if you want to go really, really go bad, just try 4 by 4. It's so dangerous. It's a 4 meat patties and each of it some cheese inside. Oh my god, that's so bad and so yummy. I feel like I want to eat later, but I still try to do my like 16 hours fasting. I don't want to open my door today. When it comes to the food industry in Las Vegas, it's not too bad. There are a lot of options. I mean, in generic run, yeah, maybe In and Out is part of some generic food. Even I like Al sandwich. That was almost like 24 hours open. That was pretty good too. But except of that kind of fast food chain, Las Vegas still have a lots of great restaurant options. Most of the time, some guest asked me, "Hey, where do you wanna eat?" Yeah, if you wanna go some fancy and something more expensive one, yes, you can find any restaurant on a strip. Of course, it's Las Vegas, but let's say it's a tourist price, and then I mean quality is okay. Of course, it's good, but just that's for mainly for tourists. But if you get a chance, just catch a Uber from the strip, then go to the Chinatown where I'm living, this area. That's awesome, man. You can find a really nice, good Asian food. And especially, I was surprised since I moved to Vegas. Japanese food quality in here, Vegas, is actually really, really good. I'm quite surprised, and it's because I used to live in Australia. There's yes, of course, there are some Japanese restaurant, but it's very the Japanese population is not that big, but since I moved to US, oh man, especially in California, that's a lots of Japanese community. Even here in Vegas, there's Japanese community here, and I made my friends. They are very nice. I'm so happy to hang out with them. They're very nice people, and they're very focused on their work. They inspire me a lot too. So I and they all suggest me to go to some couple different Japanese restaurant, and I found out, wow, this Japanese restaurant in Vegas, and local, they actually can compete Japanese restaurant in Japan. It's a really good quality, and an old Japanese chef. Yes, of course, Japanese chef learn and study in Japan. They bring that quality in Las Vegas. Man, I'm so happy to live in Las Vegas. So you can access any, okay, even like just talk about food. You can access to any good food in Las Vegas. And then even just pick up, okay, one Japanese food, you can find a really good one. Maybe you cannot find one of the particular Asian food. It's okay or so-so quality. It's unfortunate because I'm very picky about Vietnamese food. Of course, a lot of pho is very good. However, my wife, she is Vietnamese, and then we are from Australia. And then there's a big Vietnamese town in Cabramatta, Western Sydney. And then she grew up there, and I used to live there. All the local food restaurant, the 24 hours opening banh mi shop, compare with them, it's kinda okay quality in Las Vegas. I mean, still good food, the good quality, but like a price, like a cost performance, the Australia, Sydney, Western Sydney, that's the best place to find any Vietnamese food. Of course, maybe if you go to Vietnam, may be better, but still, a lots of local restaurants, they've been running the business for a long, long time since like 80s, right? After the refugees, after Vietnam War, a lot of refugees, they build a community in Western Sydney. Then even whenever we go to some Vietnamese restaurant here in Vegas, my wife says, "Oh, no, I can cook better. I can cook better than this." But actually, recently we found a really nice takeout banh mi shop, takeaway banh mi shop near at the Chinatown next to near our place. I forgot the name. Yeah, it's in a market space. That bread is so good. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, that was good. But it's closed at 4 p.m. In Sydney. The one of our favorite banh mi shop. It opens 24 hours, or sometimes I think close at 2 a.m. But hey, nighttime, all the young Asian gangs, boys, girls, they all stay in the area and hang around, and then just keep eating. That's pretty good. When it comes to ramen, yeah, ramen is really popular. I think that one of my favorite ramen shop in here in Vegas is called Ramen Show too. Ramen Show, like a presentation, like a show. That one is a miso tonkotsu, seafood tonkotsu kind of base. That is very light taste, and that flavor is super close to my hometown ramen, like a sugakiya. That was very, very yummy. That one I highly recommend. And the price is very affordable too. It's not that expensive. So that restaurant open till 2 a.m. It's near the Chinatown. So you catch a Uber like a 10 minutes away from the strip. The ramen show, that was my highly recommend ramen restaurant. But I'm not sure because I think that American people likes more strong, greasy, like a spicy miso tonkotsu type of the. It's a very stimulated flavors. These jinya or something like this type of ramen is more popular. But for me, that was too strong. Then like too much. It's actually losing the flavor of the ingredients. Is that I think the good ramen is needs to be more little bit subtle. For my that's my taste. I'm from Japan. My Japanese taste like that. So it might be the popularity or some taste in America. It might be a bit different. So that's why I more recommend to. For me, you can go to the strong miso ramen restaurant, but I prefer more light taste ramen. That's that, and then that ramen show that's more closer to my hometown flavor taste. I highly recommend that one. If you have a chance to go to California, it's a little bit different, another story. That was I went to my friend took me one time at the ramen restaurant. It's called Hironori. Oh my god, that is so good! Like a Tokyo style soy sauce based ramen. Shoyu ramen. In Japanese, we call shoyu ramen. That's really good. That ones I feel like back to Japan too. That was always packed. You gotta wait, but that's really worth it. We went to in the OC, Orange County, Santa Ana. I think the one near the airport, I guess. That ramen is really, really good. A lot of people ask me about sushi. Yeah, we went. I went to a couple some nice restaurant sushi, but I honestly I'm not a big sushi fan. I can eat. I like sushi, but it's not craving to. If I don't eat sushi for 2 months as a Japanese, I'll die. I'm not that type of person. I don't have to eat sushi. No, I mean don't get me wrong. Sushi is great. I like sushi, but I'm not. Sushi is a top priority in my life. But when it's come to sushi in America, even in Australia, it's I think kind of a bit limited. If you go back to Japan, if you go to any sushi restaurants, it's more varieties of fish. It's like okay, what kind of sushi you gonna eat in here in Vegas, in America, or even Australia? Or the only two options: tuna and a salmon. That's it. Only tuna and salmon, grilled salmon, seared salmon. Last week I went to California in a Tokyo Central Market, Japanese grocery. They have deli, and then I ordered sushi. What's one? Seared scalp and salmon. That was great. That was great. It tastes very yummy, but not that many options. If you go to Japan for sushi, there's a bunch of different options. There's a bunch of different options. So many varieties. It's not only two. It's like a white tuna, white fish, and it's seasonal. There's some particular fish you can eat in January. If some particular fish, maybe aji or whatever, saba or whatever. There's some particular sushi you can eat in August or something. So it's all seasonal themed. So in Japan, the people ask about the food in Japanese food. In America, people think this more or sushi or ramen or any food you can eat whole year, like 4 seasons, 365 days, all same food, which is actually it's not. In Japan, food is more seasonal thing. We call shun. Shun means the best food is a seasonal. Like for example, Sama. Sama, that's a fish. You can eat only at the particular season because the particular season is the best, like more fat and the flavor is the best. If some vegetables, some that particular season. It's not like okay, tomato, buy tomato, and then like 365 days, like same quality of tomato. Not like that. Shun is the best. So in Japanese culture, we our food, not only food, but our lifestyle and culture is very related with is a seasonal thing because all 4 seasons are very different. like a winter. We winter food, winter, spring, and you can see all the cherry blossoms and the flowers. And summer is really hot and humid. And autumn is kind of getting cold, especially you can see beautiful yellow leaves, red leaves on the mountains. That's very beautiful. And back to the winter. So like a kind of cycle of what it's called, not reincarnation, but like everything going and come back. So that's in Buddhism we call mujokan. Mujokan, mu means nothing, emptiness. Jo means be there. Kan means observe. So in Buddhism, mujokan means it's everything transit from the each seasons, and we just observe and then live in the moment. That's the philosophy of Buddhism, mujokan, and that actually it builds to the food. And when I'm saying this mujokan, I feel like still getting relaxed too. It's very be in the moment. Yeah, I really like the Japanese culture behind it, more like a Zen idea. I didn't think, I didn't, I really, to be honest, I didn't really appreciate that part when I was living in Japan because everything is normal. Okay, go to the temple. My friend, my colleague, he's an actor. He's currently traveling in Japan at the moment. He sent me some nice, beautiful photos and asked me some questions. And he just after his laundry thing, did just walk around Tokyo and then found a beautiful, nice small temple with shrines that you can walk in. It feels very sacred. That's very Japan thing, right? But if you live there, it's too normal for you. It's too normal. But once I left Japan, live in a Western country like here, like Australia or United States, I feel I do more appreciate that sacred space. I'm not Christian, so I maybe like feel similar with church, but in Japanese religion, it's very opening to anyone. Like even you're Christian. Like for example, on a New Year's Eve, we go to the temple and shrine for the pray for the next year. But at the same time, like, what's gonna happen a week before? Yeah, we celebrate Christmas. It doesn't matter. So like all the culture things, we accept everything. So that's very flexible in a good way. Yeah, and I do more appreciate my culture. All right. Thank you so much for tuning up in this nice, relaxing, cozy afternoon. I try to do more live streaming on my channel. If you like it, please subscribe. And then just see you next time on my live. Bye.